Dear Eve, and welcome to Sibyl Tarot. This is a general reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of July. I'm going to pull a few cards here, Libra, and see what's coming up here for the month of July. Just do a couple more shuffles. Knight of Wands. So cutting the deck for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of July. The first card out and at the heart of the spread is the Page of Swords, air energy. What's crossing it is Temperance. It's a major arcana card and it's Sagittarius. What's crowned the spread is Justice. Libra, you're at the coming out, you're crowning your spread, which is very good, very strong, very powerful. At the base of the spread is the Empress. This is lovely. Another major arcana card. And Venus is the Empress, and Venus also rules your sign. So you're at the base of the spread as well. In your recent past we have is the Three of Pentacles, earth energy. Coming towards you is the Queen of Swords, air energy. And the final outcome is the Five of Cups, water energy. The overall energy here is the Six of Cups. And this is water energy as well. So during the month of, or at the beginning of this month here, we had Mars go into Aries, and Mars is going to be in Aries for the next 6 months, at least the next 6 months. I think it moves out of Aries January, February of next year, but Mars in Aries is very powerful because it's in its own sign, Mars, and it's very comfortable because it's at home. And if you look at to where Aries is in Libra's chart, it is in your 7th house, and it's all to do with relationships. And this reading here is definitely reflecting about relationship, because we have here is the Justice card, which is Libra, balance, and this is you, Libra. And we also have is the Empress, and the Empress is, although it's Taurus card, it's Venus card as well, and Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and especially to do with love or relationships. The Page of Swords here is, I feel that you have been doing some research, to a love situation, or looking at a love situation in your life, or relationships even. It doesn't necessarily, it could be just close relationships, family relationships, or friendships, but I feel that it is to do with love. But you're also examining yourself, because we have is the Temperance, what is crossing. So you could be becoming very have self-awareness about a relationship. Temperance talks about, Temperance is also similar to the Justice card, to bring balance into a situation or a relationship. With Temperance, it's more to do with emotional balance and being emotionally and stability, because we have the Archangel here. He has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land, and he is blending the two energies. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups represents a relationship, or friendship coming together, and the Two of Cups is about love. It's about sharing emotions. it's also the Temperance is about balancing. So it also talks about, a divine, a higher, a higher learning, a higher love. And Sagittarius is, Temperance is all about, Sagittarius energy. And Sagittarius talks about, a higher learning. So you could have like a higher spiritual learning about a love or a relationship. Also it talks about understanding, and this is the reason maybe the Page of Swords is here, that you're trying to get you're trying to understand your counterpart. I feel with this, it could be also that there could be some spying. You or your person is spying, or maybe like just checking you out or whatever on social media or something like that. Or you could be, or the other person, wanting, to open up communication, because the Page of Swords also talks about opening up communication, and communication that is kind of, direct, clear and concise with the Page of Swords. The Empress is how you're feeling now. You're feeling very abundant at the moment, and I think as well, where's Venus is in Gemini at the moment, and Gemini also, it talks about, a great love or whatever. It talks about two people coming closer together, in the Garden of Eden, and the angel Raphael looking over, protecting the love. Because sometimes with tarot, it doesn't really, sometimes you have to look, at what's on or what's not on the table, I should say. But so with Venus, there is that you may be, nurturing yourself a lot more. You may be starting to feel, really good about yourself, starting to look well, starting to, I don't mean that you didn't look well in the past, but, starting to, pamper yourself a lot more, starting to feel good about yourself, starting to feel very attractive, or you could be attracted to someone as well. With the overall energy here is the Six of Cups, so there could be somebody from your past coming back to you with the Six of Cups, someone that you had a relationship with, or that you used to fancy. And we have here in the recent past is the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is, it talks about a solid foundation, but it also talks about teamwork, coming together, to work as a team. And, the Pentacles also talks about, the sharing of keys, someone moving in or someone moving out. So maybe, in the recent past, you may be, moving in, have moved in with someone, or, moved out, or, there's been a change of some type of, location, but maybe it's to do with a relationship. And here with the Justice card, what's crowning the spread is karma. So the overall, there's your thoughts are to bring karma into a relationship, to balance it out. And with the Justice card here, it's, he's raising his sword, so you kind of want to have clarity of mind and to clear a situation, or or to do to bring balance into a situation, maybe to unveil maybe how you see this relationship, and especially with people who have Libra in their moon or ascendant sign, this is be very poignant at this time, because moon is the mind, and this is what crowns the reading. But I do feel, you know, that Libra at this time, you're feeling very sensual. You know, sensual about yourself, or about, you know, about partner. What's coming towards you is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords to me is an air sign, but specifically it's Libra as well. So you could be dealing with another Libra, or Libra is coming towards you. But here, this Queen of Swords, she's directed at the Five of Cups, and she's pointing out the Five of Cups talks about, you know, a reconciliation, but both sides have to want it. You see the Five of Cups here, you know, this person is grieving over, you know, relationships that have passed, you know, the spilled cups here. But if they turn around, there's two cups standing up, and the two cups once again represents, you know, a commitment here, and it's shown in the Temperance card. You know, blending the two energies coming together. So this talks about, you know, reconciliation, but two people have to want it. Do you know that way? Have to put in, you know, the equal amount of you know, reciprocity, equal give and take, for it to work out, for it to balance. But I do feel that you know, the Empress is the ultimate feminine energy. Do you know that way? And it also talks about Venus, so, you know, and Venus just represents love. Feel this Queen of Swords may be offering, you know, a chance of reconciliation here. But for you, Libra, you need to kind of, you know, if maybe it's not you, it could be the other person, the other way around, you know, stop, you know, bring, you know, feeling self-pity for yourself, because if this, you know, if you were to carry on with this, you know, to keep your head down, you know, and not to look up, and not to be, you know, look up and go forward, and kind of be optimistic about, you know, a situation or a relationship. If you keep your head down, you're not going to see the opportunities around you, you know. You're not going to see that, you know, if this is to do with a reconciliation, that the other person wants this. Do you know that way? Because you're down in the dumps, you're keeping your head down, and, you know, what did he say? Misery loves company, you know that way. So I feel that, you know, you need to, or like I say, it might not be you, but probably both parties, you need to be, you know, optimistic about this situation or relationship, because if you're feeling positive and you know, throw out that positivity, you know, this is what you will receive back. But if, you know, if you're going to be a Debbie Downer about it, or that's what you will, you know, you will get back in return. Because I do feel that there is a good love here for you with the Six of Cups. And definitely with the Three of Pentacles, it talks about, you know, teamwork, like a solid foundation, and that. And the Temperance card, see, yeah, the Temperance card talks about, you know, to be mindful of your thoughts. As just as I said to you, you know, if you think positive, you know, be positive, you know, positivity will come your way, you know, it will open up, you know, doors for you or that, like, but if you're negative, you know, if you're in this Five of Cups energy, this is what will come to you, is just negativity, you know, and you know, hardship and grief. So, and the Queen of Swords here, I think as well, is saying, you know, because it's directed, the Queen of Swords here is, you know, saying to cut this out, you know, cut out the negativity in your life. You know, the Page of Swords also can talk about being somewhat difficult, you know. And the Temperance is going on to, you know, it's crossing this Page of Swords. And maybe that if you're looking at a relationship or with yourself that, you know, is being difficult towards someone, or, you know, to do with a relationship, it's asking to have understanding. You know, the Temperance card is all about understanding, you know, and it's also to do about friendship, you know. So this could be to do with a friend, but, you know, friends, you know, relationships, friends, what it is, you know, is all about, you know, understanding, being a good friend, you know. With the Empress though, at the moment, I feel that you're giving birth to something, you're starting something brand new, and this hopefully is, you know, that you're bringing balance into your life. And I feel this is a lot to do with the way that, you know, you're thinking, you know. You feel you may have to, you know, kind of broaden your horizon, open up your mind in a way, you know, so to speak. And Libras are quite they are very open-minded, do you know that way? And another thing with, you know, Libras, that, you know, relationships mean a lot, you know, to a Libra, you know that way, because they are ruled by Venus. But with it, you know, a Taurus person, if, you know, they're ruled by Venus, but it's to do with, you know, their inner self, you know, they're loving on themselves. But with Libra, they like to, you know, love, you know, in relationships, whether that be romantic or, you know, friendship or family or whatever, but they like to bring balance into, you know, into their different relationships that they have throughout their life. And I feel that because this is crowning your spread, Libra, you are crowning your spread, I feel that this is in your thoughts, you know, as to bring balance into, you know, different relationships in your life, or one particular one, or whatever. But try not to get too much up in your head about it, you know, as in worry or that. I do feel as well for some, if see that, you know, if somebody's doing a family tree of some sort, or, you know, if you know, maybe this is in the future, maybe if somebody, maybe this is probably just not you, Libra, somebody that, you know, that gave up a child for an adoption of something, and this child is coming back. Or that, you know, if a child that, you know, that, you know, was adopted or fostered, or that the parent is coming back, most likely the mother. Definitely. That is for, you know, for one or two of, you know, someone specifically. But I definitely feel that it's very, very positive, Libra, this reading, because it's all it's talking all about balance and not nourishment, but looking after yourself. Venus, treating yourself, you could even, treat yourself, to a nice pedicure or massage or something like that at this time. Definitely a pedicure or manicure. And this, actually, today that I'm doing the reading, just know in Ireland that the beauty salons and all are opening back up, so it'd be a nice time now to book yourself in and treat yourself. It'd be a perfect good time, actually. It will rejuvenate you, even the smallest of things. I think I'm going to do it myself. Yeah, I think that's all, Libra. I do hope you like my reading. If you do, please like, share and leave a comment. Slán.